When they met in the first round a year ago, Denver was the #1 seed, knocked out #8 Minnesota in 5. This time around, the Nuggets are the 2 seed, the Timberwolves 3, their regular season record just a game apart. If you're looking at one thing in particular that might tell the tale in this series, what would it be?
Well, I think for me, it's how can Denver guard Ant? You know, he's been on fire there in the first round.
I'm interested to see how they guard Jokic. This ain't gonna be a 4-game sweep. It ain't gonna be a 5-game series. You got to wonder if Minnesota's bench gonna come into play in games 5 and 6. And it's gonna be interesting.
Last year, it was hard to beat them guys. Yeah, it was hard to beat them. They was on a roll. And we had 2 players go down like right towards the end of the season. So, I mean, we full now. We got all our guys, everybody healthy. So it should be fun, man. It's still gonna be hard to beat them. They the defending champs. They the best team in the fourth quarter down the stretch in the clutch. They got clutch players, so it's gonna be hard to beat them.
With an emerging young, captivating superstar, it's Edwards. And Caldwell pokes on him a 3. Got it. And Jokic the hockey assist. Edwards 3. Wow, he's got the stroke to start things off. And the Wolves control with Conley the other way. And finds Edwards, who makes a move by Gordon right to the hole. Right there. And he has the weaving Edwards to the hole. And he got it to go. Retrieved by Edwards. Gordon is out. Shot clock at 7. He'll dance. Great cut over. And a shot. Good. What a play. Edwards working, leaning, spinning. Shot sticks it. Sticks it. Man. Timeout Denver. Win for the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road in the second round for the first time since 2004. That's it. They beat Denver by 7.
Anthony, first, congratulations. You come on the road to open round 2 against the defending champs on their home court. What are the ways that you don't allow that to affect you?
I mean, it's tough here, man. You know, the altitude, their team, their crowd. It's tough here, man. I'm proud of my teammates, man. They came out and fought super hard tonight.
Of course, he's a special player. I have a huge respect for him. You know, you need to enjoy and respect. I think you need to enjoy and respect your opponent, just how good and how talented he is.
What's the adjustment that you can make to them just rotating 3 fresh bigs on you, you know, for most of the game?
To have a duplicate clone of myself, I don't know.
Tonight in Game 2, the Timberwolves will try to keep their streak alive. 5 straight wins to start the postseason, led by the NBA's #2 scorer in the postseason, Anthony Edwards.
Good analysts, LeBron, Durant, Curry, PG, Harden, Westbrook, like, you know, guys from your generation, those were your favorite players growing up, right?
Absolutely.
Do you guys talk about who the next face of the league can be? Do you guys talk about this concept of passing the torch?
Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely. We always talk about it. And actually, you know, it's crazy. We sat in this seat about a year ago and we talked about Ant. We really said, like, what is his ceiling? And I said in my head, top 5 player in the league. And right now it's looking like he's one of those top 5 players in the league. Is because of what he's doing defensively and also just overall just taking over the game.
Plays this team as well as any. Edwards will drive and slash to the rack.
Certainly there was contact, right, guys?
Look at the weaving. Edwards takes it and floats and got it. Good shot by Justin Holiday, who had a 3 off the bench in game 1. Anderson gives it off to Edwards.
Look at this, here we go again.
With another turnover, Edwards the other way.
Anthony getting to his office, about to go to work.
Bumping, shoving, spinning, firing, double, get it! Anthony Edwards, spinning, gouging his way into the paint and got it to go. Timberwolves have gone up 2-0 in this series on the road against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. I don't know that a lot of people had that on their cards coming into the series.
Ant has a different type of dog, right? Like he's got a different type of mentality that Cat still have to get, or he's getting, or he's on his way to trying to get that. Where Ant is so young and he has that. So when you got somebody like that alongside you, who's able to lead even at a young age, I gotta do what the fuck I gotta do. To be a killer and still care for the guys around you and the team and your players, like,
because you can sabotage everything by being too much killer without no like love for you know what I'm saying, involvement and inclusion.
Big shout out to Cat and Nas. They did a great job of not making us have to double tonight. I mean, they was playing straight up and they played great defense without fouling, so they definitely helped us a lot.
You heard that? Yeah, you heard that.
I got Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves winning this series. I mean, I've seen enough. This brother is he is so sensational, it's hard to put into words.
Michael Jordan went to college for 3 years and then even then didn't start doing any high-level NBA winning for several seasons. Kobe Bryant came straight from high school, didn't do any high-level winning in the NBA playoffs for a long time. Anthony Edwards, I'll say it again, is 22 years old, and he is leading this young team. Do you see the similarity?
Absolutely do. And it's a fair and it's a reasonable conversation. This isn't hyperbole to say, okay, I can see where this could go. Let's just not get too far ahead of ourselves. I didn't get to play against Jordan until he was much deeper into his 20s. If I had seen Michael Jordan at 22 years old, you might say, look at Anthony Edwards and how much more refined he is, how much more polished he is at the same age.
That's the point you were going to make.
Let me tell you what's different he is. He's different because he does it all with a smile. Jordan and Kobe did it with a scowl. And not only that, but he also is showing that he wants to have leadership with his team. He kind of calls out teammates, but he does it with a smile.
Ever since the day they announced Joker for MVP, from that day on, he's been dominating.
The MVP for the third time over, Nikola Jokic, joins us tonight. Joker, congratulations to you on number 3.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
From game 3, it's like he forgot who he was in game 1 and 2. He forgot, and then somebody was like, "Hey, you the MVP. You know that, right? You the best player, right?" Oh, I am. Okay, let me turn this up. And ever since then, shredding him.
By Jokic, but it's set up again by that pace.
That's his second foul as Joker knocks down the long 2. He's 3 of 6. 8 a.m. in wake of the win in game 2 and said, I want a couple of guys to do some extra shooting. Quick ball reversal to Jokic. Guarded by Naz Reid, who's done a nice job on him so far. This time, Jokic with a big-time hook. Jokic has scored the last 6. Throws it up for Gordon, embracing his bounce from the dunker spot. They left him alone. Joker missed it, tipped it home.
The Nuggets 27-point win, game 3, the second largest playoff road franchise playoff win since 2009. Murray, Jokic free to fire, repositions, and lumbers down the lane with the whistle and a foul. That is called on town.
I'm going to just say this to the camera. Bro, what y'all saw Joker do in game 4 was called what we call giving you the kitchen sink. You hear me? This is when you go through your list of moves, and I'm hitting him with everything from that's on page 1 all the way to 200, 300. He hit the man with what we call the kitchen sink. Bro, the left, the right, the slippery eel, the up and under, the slippery goose. Bro, that was perfection. If y'all never seen perfection basketball, that was the closest thing to it.
He is shredding the 4-time defensive player of the year and the #1 defensive. He's making them look like kids. I've never seen nothing like this.
There's just no way Rudy Gobert can stay with all the moves and the footwork of Jokic.
Give him 31.
To the 1-2 punch of Murray and Jokic.
Quickly doubled, down low, tripled, and puts it in. Big time play by Nikola Jokic, the MVP. And that is all she wrote. Jokic will run it out. 5 teams have come back in the best-of-7 series after taking a deficit of 0-2 when losing both at home.
Anthony, did you have any words with Jamal or any of the Nuggets at the end of the game there? Looked like you might have been saying
I just
something.
told his ass, that's what we love that. Keep talking that. That's what we like. Well, I love it, So, he ain't say nothing back, but I'm pretty sure he heard me. They heard me. Yeah, we live for that.
Even before the series started, I thought it's going to be a really interesting series just because both teams can win and both teams can have a huge runs and both teams and players have a big game. So, I think it's a really interesting series.
They got the best player in the world, and he's got the ball the entire game. So anytime you make a mistake, he sees it. So, it's hard to beat that.
Good evening, everyone, from Denver, with the tied series at 2 apiece. It's a swing game tonight between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Nuggets as it shifts back here to Denver. And he's got his first basket tonight. It's Jokic across the lines.
Got a good start for
Jokic there with the finish. Edwards, thought 3, works on Holiday. Shot clock at 7, launches the trade. In this series, laces a triple. Jokic. Shot clock at 5. Murray to Jokic.
He got out of his seat with no crutches at all. He looked every guy in the face and said, "Perhaps he is bleeding."
Look at this.
The Nuggets go up 3 games to 2 and are 1 game away from the Western Conference Finals.
Jokic tonight, just how tough was he to defend no matter what you were throwing at him, and what kind of a game did he have?
You saw it. He had an MVP, best player in the world performance.
It looked like he was trying to prove a point. I said to Dre at halftime, I was like, it's time to send a message.
What Joker showed tonight is that he doesn't feel Rudy Gobert. He just backed him down, left hand, right hand, step this way, step that way, float this way. He showed tonight that he didn't feel him. To have 40 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds, and 0 turnovers.
The MVP showed that he's the MVP.
What excites you about the possibility of you getting to go home and return the favor and get a win on your home court?
I'm super excited. Like I said, you get to compete. So we get to go home and play with our backs against the wall, so it should be fun. And try to force a Game 7 and come back here.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell
Game 7?
yeah. They know I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I'll see y'all motherfuckers for Game 7. Yeah. It's not the first to 3 wins, it's the first to 4. Just like when we won 2, we won the first to 2 wins, it was first to 4. So they won 3 in a row. Now we got to try to go win Game 6 on our home court and try to come back here.
We had a shocking result in Minnesota last night. The Nuggets jumped out to a 9-2 lead early in the game.
Murray finds Jokic to the rim. Inside and flips it in. Porter, he got it.
And then the Timberwolves went on a 20-0 run and never looked back. They ended up beating the defending champions by 45 points.
Minnesota needs. And now a steal. This could be fun. Edwards take the take and the slam. Conley to Edwards. Corner 3 is good. It's looking more like what it did in games 1 and 2 and throughout the season. Edwards storms in and uses the window. Edwards a 3. You bet. Edwards in the corner. Cut it. Edwards, oh, what a move to the rack!
They not doubling you on the post. Take your time, don't rush nothing.
The
26-point lead a moment ago, the largest of the night for the Timberwolves. Edwards! Or 7-game series. The journey here doesn't matter. All that matters is we're here, and so is Anthony Edwards. Michael Malone's going to take a timeout. Shot clock turned off. Minnesota can dribble it out. Crowd rises to its feet. A dominant, authoritative bounce-back win from the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll see you Game 7 Sunday. 27 from Anthony Edwards. Katie standing by.
Thanks, Ryan. I have to ask you, you took a really hard fall in the third quarter. How's that back feeling now?
I'll be all right by Sunday for sure. Yeah.
You've all been on that stage, and sometimes the results can be amazing. Pat Riley always says, and one of my favorite quotes, in basketball there are two things, there's winning and there's misery.
Every possession counts in Game 7, and you can't play outside of yourself. It's no hero ball.
Yeah.
And that's what's important to understand going out there. Guys, do your role, do what's got us here to this point.
Edwards. Jokic staggering his wings. Down that baseline to the hole. Tonight, Murray underneath. Always field. Caldwell post corner. Murray. Three.
So you're down 15 at the half. You're down 20 early in the third. How did you maintain some poise, be patient, and make this happen?
It was tough, man, because I couldn't find my rhythm tonight. So I just had to trust my teammates, man. They kept trapping me even though I was off. So I just had to make the right play throughout the rest of the game, man. And I did that, and my teammates made shots, man. So big shout out to those guys.
Here we go. Edwards at the other end. Oh, there's a steal by Edwards. Here he comes, and there he goes. It's in the double Ant-Man. Edwards, it's a three. Good! Let's go to the fourth. Minnesota closes the quarter. Jokic the rebound. Three defenders. Knocked away by Reed. Gordon is there. Back pedal. Chaz shot. Corner. Edwards and shoots. Timeout. That's it. The Timberwolves have knocked out the defending champion Denver Nuggets.
That was a team effort. I mean, this is one of the best team. When your best player is struggling, you talk about Jaden, you talk about Carr, you talk about Rudy. Mike Conley hit a couple timely threes. Naz Reid was spectacular. Tonight was a total team effort. You got to take your hat off to those guys.
I mean, you know, there's more ways to win a basketball game when you're just not an offensive player, man. I'm not one-dimensional. I'm not just a guy who can score. I'm a guy who can go whoever their best guard is. I can go lock them down. So I feel like I did that on Jamal in the fourth quarter, and that's what in the third quarter and fourth quarter, and that's what turned the game around.